Call to order the Traffic and Public Safety Committee. Can you join me in the Pledge of Allegiance, please? Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Andy, can we do a roll call, please?
Yes. Chair Moriarty,
Here.
Commissioner Burke,
Here.
Commissioner Suits,
Here.
Commissioner Dobbs,
Here.
Commissioner Foster. I think I saw him
Yes,
coming
he's
right.
here.
Commissioner Olson,
Here.
Commissioner Marthaler, I'm pretty sure is not here. And then we also have Mayor Drinkwine joining us as the liaison.
Excellent. All right. All right, before we get into community comments, we have one. Larry, thanks for filling that out. I just wanted to address something that was on social media earlier today. And it was something in regards to someone filming kids at Clackamas River Elementary. Just to inform the public that we were doing a walk audit last week. In regards, we had chief with us, we had people in the school district, we had veterans groups, we had Todos Juntos, we had quite a few groups, and the Traffic and Public Safety Committee, and we were following up on a few things today. Just so everybody knows what we've done in the school zones and sent to the council. We have 14 different areas that we would like to have resolved or fixed. We have 57 uptown outside of the neighborhoods. So if you do see us around, come and talk to us, because that was part of our walk audit. When we were with one of the school district employees, we were talking to the kids. So we're out there for everyone in town, everyone in Estacada, whether it's being public safety or fire department, the city, school district, not so much cemetery district, but there's a lot of different districts here in Estacada. And right down here, downtown, we have 37 areas that we've walked around and found that things that can be improved. So we just wanted to let everyone know in town that it was us out there. It was Traffic and Public Safety. We can coordinate better with the school district, like it says in the post, and we can wear some orange and yellow outfits. That's fine. I don't have a name tag. I put that away a long time ago, and it's not coming out again. So, but Larry Geyer, community comments, come on up, sir. Yes, sir. Welcome again. Long time no see.
Been a while. Nice prayer, Terry. I think that was a good way to start. Larry Geyer, been here, I don't know, 37 years, seen a lot of changes in this town. Some of them good, some of them bad. I'm here to discuss Lawrence Road and where Clayton Drive comes into Lawrence Road. There's no stop sign there. And I've been to the city 5 times, at least 4 or 5 times, asking for a stop sign. They did, after the second time I came down, they did put a stop sign with a post, which was nice. That lasted about a week before somebody stole it. Then I came back down and talked to them. They put an A-frame up. That one got stolen. Came back and complained again. They put another one up. It got blown over. And we set it back up, and it disappeared also. I don't know what to do, but the way Clayton Drive comes out to Lawrence Road, it's, I feel it's a hazard, because the people that are coming out of the terrible development are in a hurry. That's why they take Lawrence Road, is because they don't want to have to go down through the development. So they're just blowing right through that intersection there. They're paying no attention. Almost hit my wife not too long ago. So I don't know what we can do or you guys can do. I'll be more than happy to put one in if you give me one, but I really truly think that there needs to be a stop sign there, especially with the population that's going on down at the end of Lawrence Road. We've got 2 more roads dumping onto Lawrence Road and coming back up in front of my house. It's just going to get worse. Now, stop sign's going to be a great idea, but I'm going to bet you 95% of the people that come out of that development are going to blow through the stop sign. There's no sheriff up there. There's no way to write any tickets. So it's going to be almost useless, but it's going to be a way to at least point a finger at whose fault it is if there's an accident there. Another idea I've had, is there any way that we can put a speed bump there? If 20 feet back from that intersection, a speed bump, the people would have to slow down. There would be no option. It would achieve the goal of making them at least slowing down enough to where it's not so much of a hazard. Another problem is there's a lot of foliage. As you're coming from my house down Lawrence Road and Clayton goes here, this whole corner is full of foliage. You can't see any of the cars coming down Clayton Drive to inform us that are coming, that there's a car there and we have to, prepare for it. So I don't know whose property that is or who's in charge of that foliage, but it would be a great benefit to have that foliage gone. They would be able to see a car coming down Lawrence Road. We'd be able to see a car coming on Clayton Drive. But I'm really here to beg for the speed bump. I really think that that's going to achieve the goal that I'm after of slowing cars down. The stop sign, like I say, it's going to be useless. It's going to be, other than it needs to be there. So that's my request. I'm done. Perfect timing. I do want to say how I do like the blinky stop signs. I got to tell you, I think that those are, especially when you get old like me and the new stop signs up there, I think they should be on every stop sign. So thank you for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Larry.
Jim, can I comment on something?
Go ahead.
Instead of putting a stop sign there, why don't we put rumble strips? Like they have out at, between Molalla and New Era on that one intersection that kept happening to stop signs. They put rumble strips on those. Everybody has to slow down now.
Okay.
I don't know how much more expensive that would be, but I mean, I hate, they have rumble strips on 362nd now. They have rumble strips on each side of the road and they have them in the middle of the road.
Okay. We'll definitely forward that to the council, Larry. All those options. Thank you for coming out. Appreciate it. Oh, and thank your wife for sending the pictures too. Okay. That helps a lot. I like that.
Thanks for being there.
No problem. All right. Does anyone else in the community have anything? No one else? Okay. All right. Moving on to the consent agenda. All had a chance to read that. Can I get a motion to approve the consent agenda for January 20th?
Move to approve the
Consent agenda.
Is that, excuse me.
I have a first. Can I get a second? All
Yeah.
right.
Wait, good loud voice.
Any discussion on it? No? Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right. Motion passes. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Karina. Good evening.
Yeah, I'm still here, guys.
Excellent.
You're still
I did have a I rose my hand, but I think it probably couldn't
Go-
see about
ahead.
that. Can we at least I pulled up the map for the intersection of Northeast Clayton Drive and Lawrence, and can we at least get that stop sign replaced?
Yep.
Since it sounds like there already was one established there, maybe just request a deeper hole and more cement.
With a real stop sign.
That sounds good. Thank you.
That was my only comment. Sorry. Thank you.
Oh, you're good. All right. Okay, Chief, you're up. Presentations and reports.
I don't have a ton for you. I don't have a lot for you guys today. It's been a busy month just in general. Squeaky. We do I talked to the sheriff and our PIO unit, and something I wanted for the city to be able to share information was social media. We didn't have any social media presence for Estacada Police. And so we now have an Instagram page and a Facebook page, and I believe they're setting up one other. So we don't have a lot of followers. We don't have a lot of content. It's brand new as of this last week. But that'll be a place that we can like repost stuff that the city has put out that's important and maybe has to do with public safety. If we have anything going on that's important for the sheriff's office or the police department to share with the community, gives us a platform to help do that. But it'll take a little while to build up followership on that. Once the word gets out, normally people will follow it pretty quickly. But I thought that was important to help try to promote the city and promote the message of the city through a page that speaks to Estacada Police. So I did get the chance to go on the walk audit for the Safe Routes to School. That was interesting for me. In this phase in my career, not too often do I get to get out of my car and walk like all the blocks, right? I'll walk down a street, or actually intentionally will get out of my car in neighborhoods and just go walk and kind of hear and see what people are talking about. People that come to the meetings, I actually intentionally will go out to those neighborhoods. I'm on my computer, not ignoring you, but I'm looking up where this is because I wasn't exactly sure where Clayton came into Lawrence. And so it gives me an opportunity to go out and really, truly try to understand what matters. So Safe Routes to School was cool. That was really neat. It gave me a different perspective. I hear Shirley flying the flag and tooting the horn a lot about traffic coming into town there. And so we got to experience some of that firsthand. So that was fun to engage with that. It was fun to engage with the schools. It was interesting that people talked about, pictures being taken of kids, and yes, we were out there taking pictures of all the violations and all the things that were happening while we were standing there, including, and I won't call anybody out, but including people that should have known better, that we talked about specifically and were on our list to address with people individually. So it's interesting. Sometimes we get the people that ring the bell the loudest. Sometimes are the violators, and that's always it's fun to see. Disappointing, but it's interesting to see that people want to give advice, but they don't necessarily take their own advice. So it's a chance for me to really connect and get to see how we can solve some of those problems. Right? We can't solve them all, but the Safe Routes to School is a really neat product that I didn't know anything about, and being involved in it, I'm very grateful that I get to be and got to do the walk audit. Was pretty cool. I forget. Sometimes the city has been around a very long time and it's growing so rapidly that the infrastructure is, trying very hard to keep up. But there's places that can be better, and it's not for lack of trying. It's just, a city this size only has so much money coming in and so many things you can do at one time. And the Traffic and Public Safety Committee and the City Council, everybody's doing a fantastic job of trying to manage that and regulate that. And so I commend you all because, like I said, I don't get to sit in your seats. You guys invite me to join, and I appreciate that. But seeing it firsthand was fun this last week. So thanks for including me in that, to everybody that got to be there.
Excellent.
That's all I got. Like I said, nothing really new to report. It's been a wonderful couple of weeks, other than just some busy work.
Excellent. Anyone have anything for the chief that wasn't with him? Go ahead, Matt.
I'm trying to remember yeah, of course I was. Yeah. Oh, holy cow. I was just curious. I tried to get some information to you on an incident we talked about a couple weeks back. Anyway, what are the hours that you guys are still in the office here? Is that correct? Or is it sometimes, or? So
I'll give you a little hint. Nobody wants their police officers in the police department. They want them out in the community. So we try not to be here very often.
Oh, okay.
Because it's not a full-time position out here, my hours change, depends on the needs of the city, right? If I have a meeting, I'll adjust my hours and come out and work later in the day. But I am always available. If you get a hold of Melanie or Andy or anybody at the office here, they can get a hold of me. If you need me here, I'll come for a meeting.
Oh,
so
okay.
My job is to be available to you guys and to be part of the city. So, it may be the next day because I'm committed to something, back in at the sheriff's office. But if you ever need to get me something, by all means, you can,
drop it off about anywhere, or even catch one of the other officers.
Absolutely.
Maybe
Yep.
say, hey, here's some paperwork or something. Okay, thanks.
Like I said, I don't want to feel unavailable to you, but we don't really keep regular hours. And it's, people talk about, well, it happened right in front of the police station or the sheriff's office or wherever. And it's like, you don't want your cops there. You want your cops out doing the work. They're here to
Good
write
point,
reports and maybe eat a sandwich, but you really don't want your police officers spending too much time at the PD.
Okay, excellent. Shirley, go ahead.
Call in the 655 number and ask them to have you call us?
Generally, no. If it's an emergency, then definitely go through the structure at the city and they can get a hold of me.
Well, after hours.
And even after hours, right? If it's the mayor or the city manager or somebody, they know how to get a hold of me at any point in time. But if you call non-emergency, they're gonna be like, you want me to wake them up for what? So they probably won't appeal to that. But I do want to be available to you guys. I don't want that to sound like I'm not. I am available to everybody in the city because I'm your chief and I work for you guys. I want to be here to make the community better.
Sophisticated police department thing, is it gonna have the alerts on it now?
Really.
Because of it.
Thank
Is
you.
the Estacada alert on the website? Is it gonna have alerts for Estacada now? Because every time I look on, there's no alerts when it comes to Estacada.
I don't know what you're asking.
I think the social media
The
chief
social media,
is what she's referring to.
So
because it'll say alerts and you go Estacada and it says no alerts for Estacada. Does that mean there is no alerts in Estacada?
Oh, that's on the ICAD your system
ICAD.
with all the crimes and
County.
oh, interesting. I don't know. I'll check into that. The PIO's office set that all up and organized it all. So I will double check on that and get back to you.
excellent. All right. All right. Thank you, chief. That was a fun time. Definitely. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Does anyone have anything on the Estacada fire updates? Everybody read the chief's report and no questions? Okay. All right. So move on to committee business. Okay. Looks as though we have 3 positions for this committee. They're going to be up on March 31st, 2026. So if you're up, put in for it. If not,
I should be.
try to get in there and then we'll move on to committee applicant, Roy Alcorn. Is that you, sir? Come on up to the podium, please. Thank you. I think you guys have stuff. Anybody need to ask Mr. Alcorn anything?
Howdy.
How's it going?
Okay.
Nice to see you. Anyone have any questions?
Where do you live at,
George,
George?
Excellent.
10 years.
So what's your interest on being on the committee?
Sometimes I don't like how traffic flows. And I think I could help, and there's safety issues. I've been a commercial driver since I was 18. Driven around the world in a lot of places because I've traveled quite a bit in the last 20 years.
And you're a school bus driver?
Yes, I am.
I appreciate the bus drivers when they come through my neighborhood because they come through safely.
Good.
Excellent. Anyone else have anything?
What, do you have something that you feel strongly about in the city and in the area community here?
Yes and no. I mean, having driven the school bus, my wife and I were in a car accident middle of June, and an impaired driver. She's still suffering quite a bit from it. So I was gone from driving in middle of October until I just came back. And I like the humps that have been put in on Pierce, I think it is. I kind of like those. And in listening to, forget what was your name? Larry talk about that area up there where Lawrence and that is being affected by the growth. My pet peeve, tell you the truth, is stop signs. Nowhere else in the world do you have so many stop signs as in this country. They're all yield signs and roundabouts. And I understand aversion to roundabouts, but they keep traffic flowing. But the speed humps that you're talking about, I think would be very good there. But he's right, a stop sign in that area, all you do is make a place for tickets to be given, which is okay. But if we do the speed humps and yield signs, that's where I'm at probably. But that's just me. That kind of thing I like to see. And the 4-way stop, when I heard about it, it went in while I wasn't driving there on 6th and Broadway. I thought, but it works very well. I've been very happy with going through it with my bus since I've been back. So there is a place for it, and I understand that too.
Oh, good. So you kind of want to get stuff done.
Well, I would think that we would all want to.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
good.
Matt, you have some?
Yeah, something just occurred to me. We have this safe routes to school stuff. You being a school bus driver, we watched the boarding and offboarding and so on at the schools up here. Do you have just quickly, do you go to the same school pretty much route all the time? And what is your opinion of how things are going right now as far as the loading and so on? And if you maybe had only one or two suggestions that we could carry on into the safe school routes program.
Right now, the route I drive does a transfer bus in the first run in the afternoon from River Mill to CRE. So I do from there to there. And then, of course, I do always CRE and middle school, high school area drop off. Now that's going to change, of course, as the school situation is changing, which is going to require, as my understanding, pretty much every bus is going to have to go into every school. And I haven't really looked at that routing of what's going to need to happen safely. But as you look at other school areas that I go to, we definitely need to strive to have a drop-off pickup area more separate. I mean, at CRE, sometimes there's a little bit of a backup because buses are trying to get in and then get out with the parents doing the drop-off and all that. And the places that I see that don't have that have a kind of an area over here to try to keep, parent drop-off and buses separate. But when you're working with existing schools, that can be pretty difficult, and I understand that. But that would be, of course, the goal that I would look at, especially as new growth and eventually building is going to have to happen somewhere, that would be figured in. But with what we got now, it's difficult at River Mill because that one area, you got all the parking right there. And yeah, I mean, but they've tried to do the best they can with having the 2 lanes out front of River Mill and that. And
Okay.
it's going to be tough with existing buildings, but as you build new, incorporate a different design for sure.
Great, thanks. I think your experience would be a top, choice for a position on there.
And I thought somebody from the transportation was on that committee, but I'm not sure. I know they were talking about it in a meeting, so I don't know if they've gotten somebody from transportation department at the school on that as a driver or whatever on that committee yet or not.
I think
but
they're meeting
I'd
tonight
heard them talk
also.
about it.
Right, they were meeting up at the school tonight
Okay.
at 6 o'clock. We have someone on this committee up
Okay.
there right now, so.
All right.
So Andy, question. Position ends on March 31st. Do we take a vote next month on people that have submitted? Or April?
That's a good question. I would think you could do it either today or then, but yeah,
Okay,
I mean, I think it'd be up to you whether,
okay.
which one.
What does everybody think?
Yes.
Vote now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we're gonna vote, you put Michelle and.
I put everyone that had submitted so
Okay.
far on there.
All right.
Oh, yeah, here.
So
Michelle and Roy.
let's vote on Mr. Alcorn here.
I move to make a motion for Michelle and Roy. That's to
And there's one more person putting in for it,
who?
me.
You, and Jim also.
I would,
I have a first, do I have a second?
this committee suits I approve. Yes, pass.
Good, second.
Second.
All right,
Second.
all in favor for, let's see, Mr. Alcorn, Miss Martha Aller and Mr. Moriarty, say aye.
I say yes. Hey, aye, aye, Captain.
All right, thank you, Karina, heard you. All right,
So one thing I guess I was going to ask,
go ahead.
on our being part of the committee, the time commitment per month or whatever. I forget what it was when I applied. Is it just a monthly meeting or
It's basically the third
third
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
It'll be in between the city council or second and fourth, and we're right in between the city council meetings on the third Tuesday.
How long do the meetings usually go?
These days we're about an hour, hour and 15 at the most. But as Chief can attest to, we were going a couple hours, and Andy too, we're going,
Yeah.
but we were having a lot more in there, in depth,
Yeah.
but about an hour plus. We're not the 10-minute committee like one of the other committees in town. So we're going 10 minutes and.
Got that.
All right,
Could I interject a little?
go
I was
for
just
it,
gonna make a
Karina.
comment. Okay.
Sure.
So in addition to the meetings, there's also some community outreach events that Traffic Public and Safety has to put a face, in. So just a reminder, there's also, other things going on like National Night Out. And I think we were at an event at one of the football games at the high school for Halloween. And so there's a few little things that are like community outreach too, to just make sure that we maintain a face, a public presence. So I was just going to comment on that.
Excellent. Thank you for reminding us of that. Thank you, Karina. Good.
We also do field trips, as Karina said, we kind of troubleshoot. People say this is XYZ or ABC over here, and so we'll spend some time trying to answer the public in things that are issues. So that sometimes happens, like maybe on a weekend or something when somebody's off, and so we try to document things, things that are necessity for around town and stuff. So that's a participation thing. So.
Righty. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Alquin. Appreciate it. Okay, moving on to number 3. Karina, do you have anything on the CPR classes? Any of the other ones besides the Red Cross by any chance, or are we just going to go with the Red Cross?
No, I do not have any more information. We can decide to go with Red Cross still, or I can still attempt to gather more information.
What does everybody think?
want?
It was the same as we did last
Yeah.
time, January last time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah.
Karina.
Do we need to vote on that, or can we just
Yeah, I
decide?
think we have consensus. Everybody's shaking their head. We
Okay.
can just let
Up
Andy
and
know.
down or back and forth? I can't
Yep.
tell. Okay. All right. So I'll get that on the books, and we want to schedule that when?
I think we did a Saturday last time
Okay.
out
So
at the building behind the library.
The community over, what's it called? Community overflow room.
Mhm. Yeah.
We've got a name for it, but I just drew a blank.
where at?
It's behind the library.
It's
The
a
parking
Okay.
lot is on the side.
Okay.
Talking about the Wade Creek.
Yeah, Wade Creek.
Wade Creek
yes.
room?
Yep. Wade Creek room.
Okay, got it. Room on a Saturday, and then what month? Since we're doing the self-defense, which is
That's going to be at the
March.
beginning of March. I sent
Do
all
we
the
wanna
information.
push that out to April, or
Sure, we could do that. April would be
May?
good.
Okay, guys, that community room is really kind of booked, so you gotta get way out there ahead of them, or you won't get in, okay?
Okay.
That's booked almost every week for something.
Okay. So I guess
Okay.
we're gonna see when we can squeeze in.
Yeah.
Sure.
We can go from there. Maybe the soonest date we can get on a Saturday.
Yes,
Okay.
that'll work.
Okay. Got it.
And then we'll get some updates and Andy, just go to the bottom here on the communications. Andy got out some info on Facebook and Instagram about the e-bikes from Estacada Fire Department today. So when we have flyers for women's self-defense and CPR, we'll obviously put that out and on the website also. Okay, so let's see, moving on. If anyone doesn't have any questions about the classes, we'll go to the Safe Routes to School update. And let's go, Mr. Dobbs first. Group 1. All you. Would you like the pictures up there? So
Yeah,
Okay.
if Andrew can use the,
guy in the wheelchair.
You go by. See,
I think it's towards the end. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, we had two teams, that divided up,
Perfect.
went to different areas within a 2 mile radius of the school. Um, I had, a wheelchair kind of representing people that are, disabled and stuff. So, just a lot of, standard maintenance things that need to happen for folks. There are a lot of people that do not have a battery powered wheelchair, and those are, depending on their physical abilities, they're really good, and they're around town. Folks motor around real well, but there's some folks that have the manual ones, and they're difficult, at best at times to maneuver. So, over time, I believe we can fix this stuff. This is you don't go any farther moment here in a wheelchair. So you have to plot your course when you move through the city. These are just things that can be addressed individually. It's tough to get around a pole, and then if you do, you're in the rocks, and these type of things are just maintenance issues, which, Don DeRosa and his team, those guys get on stuff right away once they have a work form, and they, do a really good job. So some of this stuff is like to the left, you'll see it, the wheelchair there, that's split pavement. And, you have to run to the side to get around these things. So it's a different, path for somebody, that's been impaired. So those are the type of things that, to be mindful of, and really to address either one side of the road or the other. Sometimes both sides of the road, do not have passable, sidewalks. So, that's that in that zone. And, what else? You gotta keep going. Is there more?
I think that's it.
That's it? Okay, well, that's the point. Today, one of the things, earlier today, go down a little bit, one more, right there at the school, across from the school, we have crosswalk signs, and there's safety patrol people out there. Today, my wife and I stopped, and I did film the kids coming across, between cars when you're horizontally parking in front of the grade school. It causes a blind spot. We have a sign there that shows the pedestrian sign of the kids. But one of the things we want to address, I would say soon, or present to the city council, is the, push button, lights. Because, on Main Street further down, toward,
Third.
where this is at Third, where there's a crossing there, and it's a wheelchair, ramp on both sides. And yet when you can't see through the cars, and, the little tykes are coming out, sometimes they don't have an adult with them, and the vehicle can't see them because they're below the vehicle. So that's one of the things we kind of want to address soon to the city council. But, yes, sir.
So you want one at Third and Main in
Third-
front of the country.
Yes,
They have one here on Fifth and Main,
yeah.
and you want one on Sixth and Main.
Well, they
At the
have
end,
push,
too.
the push buttons are on.
Those are the two that we
Yeah,
want.
yeah, there's two of them.
Okay.
That the signs are there, but there's no flashing lights for, kids to come across, to give the traffic the indication of stop. So that's the point. And, like I say, my wife and I stopped today, and we did a video on the kids with the parents coming out and stuff, and it was still, that's an issue. So, that's about it on that.
Okay, excellent. Can you go towards the top of the photos, please, Andy? And myself, Mr. Suits, and the chief can attest to all of this right here. It was quite revealing when you're out there with everybody else, with all the other groups here. This is what Carrie was saying. This is heavily traveled. Not so much like in the bump outs, but I understand because they're closer. But we definitely need a push button here, whether the kids are going to Planet Cup of Joe, or they go over to Big Jim's, or if they ultimately go up to 6th and Broadway, take a right and go north. We might possibly have to need one over there too, but
That's just what I started to say. We do need the flashing ones on Sixth
Yep.
and Broadway. Because we still have people trying to blow through the stop sign there.
Do we have one over there where the crosswalk that goes from the junior high to the high school? I
Yes.
guess that's the middle
Yes.
school now.
Yep.
There is one.
we have
there.
one at the high school, we have
Should
one
be
at
one.
5th and Main, and one at 2nd and Main. So
Gotcha.
3 schools are covered. We don't have one going across 6th and Broadway there. But if you go to the next one, you'll see this is across from Granny's coming back towards
Granny.
6th and Main. And you're walking and you can see the telephone poles are in the middle.
Mhm.
Carrie wouldn't have been able to get by in a wheelchair there. And you
Is that a-
could,
Is that a PGE thing?
but it's possible. Yeah, they'd have to remove the pole or do something to that. And you can
Go
see
around
the,
to the left side,
Right.
perhaps into the.
and you can see the sidewalks are rough. Okay, keep going. And this is one thing I added, and again, thank you to Andy, long weekend, and of course I had more additions to give him. In the past, when we were out before with Councilor Blevins, and we went across the street to the football field, there's about an inch and a half, and just going across, going down the little slope, Carrie could not negotiate onto the sidewalk on the other side. So that has to be shaved down in the future there. Go ahead and keep going, Andy.
Come on, Carrie.
Yeah, well. I
He was
tell you, I'm
trying.
Stuck.
He was trying.
It was, those front wheels, if you have, it's about an inch and a quarter, anything above that, to get to roll up that, because you're stuck and you can't get up over that. Maybe somebody that was lighter and trimmer
Yeah.
could, but
Well, I wasn't on it. Yeah. And see, this is back from 2017, approaching 6th and Broadway from the old Leathers gas station. There's no sidewalk here for the kids. Eventually the mill will be, they'll have a lot of houses there and a lot of traffic will be coming this way. And there's no place to safely walk here.
Is that on the right hand side?
That's north side, north of Granny's there. Okay, this is out on Eagle Creek Highway / Wade. You can see everybody here. You can see the paints coming up right before the trailer park here across from the library. And if you go to the next one, anything, the one's at the stop. Okay, right here, this light doesn't work. And I believe the next side, the chief's across the street, checking the other side. Okay, the trip hazard on this one. You can try the next one. He's up. It's not working. So both sides of the street, nice sunny day, solar powered. Neither of these lights were operational. So keep going there.
Tim.
Okay, this is something we put in last year. We have the ADA ramps here at the Wade Creek Apartments going across to Campanella. No crosswalk here to get the kids to Campanella on Liberty, and going down further going out of town, we need one there to go to Campanella towards the entrance. This is Dave, I believe. This is Dave from Minnesota, Safe Routes to School. You can see our whole group here. And as we're going back towards the laundromat, the sidewalk stops, and he proposed to us, what do you do? There's a sign there. If you're in a wheelchair, do you go out and you can see the vehicle behind them? Well, you really can't go out in the street, so you have to negotiate through the field to get the Gallione's granted there. So keep going there, Andy. Okay, you can see how difficult it is, and it was great having the chief with us, but you see all the people coming north to 10th and Broadway, and everybody wants to turn left into the traffic. which is a problem. You keep going there, Andy.
We'll talk about the trailer court jam.
Yep. Yep. School bus. This is something the chief pointed out. We need to make sure that the school buses stop right here, or there's a white line here once before they enter into Broadway. Just makes sense. You have to stop somewhere, right, chief?
Not a single one of them stopped coming out of the school.
Even though there's a speed bump there, you can see it, in the picture there. So again, we're trying to document everything we could. It was a lot. You can see the sidewalk here. When we were documenting, buses can get around and the 3 cones are there so they can make that nice turn. But when you actually see the grandparents and the parents and the kids, everybody come out, that's such a narrow sidewalk. And then we would see people walking into the street, walking around parked cars and then getting back on the sidewalk. And we're all like, okay, all right. Go ahead, keep going, Andy. All right, this one right here, you can see, this is, Chief wanted me to put this slide up. You can see on the far right, you can see that there's a small Toyota pickup right there blocking sidewalk. If you want to go that way towards Broadway and 8th, you can't, or you'd have to walk out into traffic. And you can see the people, we got there pretty early, so this one's backed up here, the red car, and you can see the condition of the parking lot there at the school. So keep going, Andy, please. And you can see just people are just doing whatever they want, picking up their kids. And I was been there picking up my granddaughter many years ago. So I get it, but it's called getting there early or on time. Keep going, Andy, please. All right. This is what the chief said earlier. Don't do this. And you should know better. You know, come on.
Should be a ticket.
Okay, keep going. And you can see how active the street is. On the left, you have the parked vehicles. On the right, you have the vehicles parked on Broadway facing south and all the people backing out coming north. And you can see there's no crosswalk. There's nothing for the family to safely negotiate across the street here. Keep going, Andy, please. All right, just park anywhere you want. Red zone, yellow zone, doesn't matter. There's just parking everywhere. Okay, back to Carrie's. All right, that was good, Carrie. Thank you for doing that. And Alan and Andy for taking pictures. All right. You have anything else to add to that, Mr. Suits?
Some thoughts on, like we were at River Mill, being an ex-fireman. I was startled to see the people parking in the fire lane, but I kind of wonder sometimes if it was all yellow, that seems, I mean, it says do not park on the red, but does everybody understand why that's red instead of yellow? And I can't see it being an engineer why I would roll up on the inside curb anyway, but a little bit more on the walkarounds, and maybe a question for Mayor Drinkwine. Are the businesses responsible for shoveling the algae and stuff? So many feet, and is that, Andy, do you do the code stuff?
Even the residents are responsible in front of their house.
Like city code?
Yeah.
I don't really do.
But some are really, like you could get through in a wheelchair, but you might get grit and stuff if, you know, your hands are fragile or something. Or just walking when it's slick was another thing I noticed as far as safe routes, but.
Yeah, no, it's responsible. Anybody who's in that vicinity, whether it be a business or a personal home, is responsible for the walkway in front of their home.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Chief, anything? Those pictures bring back anything?
No.
Okay.
Nothing I want to remember. No, it was, it was, like I said earlier, it was eye opening, to see the spots that could use the improvement and, you know, it's just good to see, right? Like it's,
Definitely.
people forget to be part of the community and we can all drive through and you don't see the little nuances till you have to walk it or bike it or be in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Excellent. Karina, what do you think? Any observations or?
Going back to where you wanted to emphasize the school zone, right? Now, what were we talking about as far as just adding blinking lights to the signs? Or I know that some, I didn't know how effective or less effective or more effective, like an overhead, you know, I've seen school zone kind of like overhead lighting as well. If that would work better, or is that just what we're talking about is more flashing lights in the school zone?
Well, I think some of the sidewalks, like, I'm sorry, the crosswalks at 6th and Main or
Uh-huh.
3rd and Main, where there's a large population of parents and children having to cross the street to the other side. And then the third one would be 6th and Broadway going north to the school or south to Big Jim's, having a third there next to the bus stop.
Right, because I'm trying to think, we don't have any signs there now, right? Other
No,
than
no.
stop signs, right?
Correct, just stop signs.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then what, I'm just trying to understand what would be the best approach. Is it just having school zone signs added, or?
Yellow would be okay, but I'd like what they have at Clackamas River Elementary and in front of the junior high, in front of the high school.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I was thinking, I don't know how the overhead, you know, school zone, some schools have that. I don't know if that's something that we could do that would be better or, you know, more visible. Whereas, you know, you get buses in the mix and signs get obscured a lot of times too.
Right. That sounds good too.
That was just my comment. I don't know if there's, you know, I hate to bring up the word studies done. You know, but I'm like, are there examples? You know, we don't need to go into the whole study thing because, you know, that might take 2 years from now or, you know, a decade. But I was just thinking outside of the box to see if there was something we could add that wouldn't be as obscured as well. But that was just my only comments. And I want to thank you know, the volunteers that went out to take the time to do the safety walk. So I appreciate it because I wasn't able to do it.
That definitely was a lot of fun. It
So
was,
thank you guys.
It was a good time. It was a good time. All right. Thank you, Karina. And let's see, we're good on that. Moving on to just information. In April, we'll pick a new chair and vice chair. So just keep that in back of your head. And on to National Night Out. We voted to go to the library.
Yes. we
So
did.
we'll confirm with the fire department still, and I don't think we need a permit over there at the library. I mean, I know we did over here in the parking lot, but just to go ahead.
I know the fire department was up at the art show and they had art show this last summer and they had plenty of room. Of course, after I told them they weren't supposed to be breaking down at Wade Creek Park, they were supposed to be breaking at this park. But they did have plenty of room for the fire trucks and everything, and we make room for them too. And we could also reach out to, what night is it on? You know,
First Tuesday in August.
you could also reach out to like farmers and ask them if they could use their parking lot for people to park in and stuff too, if we run out of
Where's that?
parking. It's right across the street from the park. Farmers.
Oh,
Insurance.
farmers insurance.
And I'm sure he would be obliged because they're not open that time of night.
Okay.
And just don't park on 10th Street, please.
And
Absolutely.
just, I'm
Go
gonna
ahead, Karina.
ask, so, and we're 100% positive we don't need a permit, right?
No, not
No,
100%.
that.
Okay.
We can send an email here soon. That's all.
Okay.
Yeah.
So do you want me to do that?
Sure.
Okay. Send email.
That'll work. I believe to Alex or someone up there in the front. That's who I
Okay.
sent it to last year. Alex
Okay.
Wilson.
Yep.
She's still, somebody might.
All right, so let's see, we're all done with committee business. Moving on to, let's see, I had a couple things. I had that reconfiguration committee that's meeting tonight. I got an email from one of the members And they asked, one is crosswalk by the country restaurant with all the flashy lights. So I think that's pretty much a bright, clear sign. And also to have some of the tree trimmed so they can see better, especially once the leaves are on it. So right there, you're on the right intersection there. And let's see, the second one is stop signs have lights all around them, like Larry likes down here at Fourth and Main. So I don't know if we can do that, but I think that would be more the pedestrian ones instead of the ones here.
Yeah, those
These are a little
good.
different. And let's see, if the crosswalks near the schools could have more color strips all the way through, so it's more visible to people. What do you think there, firefighter?
I'm not
Sign?
sure at the moment.
Sign? I mean,
For the no parking?
no, to get people to the crosswalk, I guess, is what they're asking.
I don't quite understand what they're saying, get someone
Directions.
who just know. what
Yeah,
they're saying.
an arrow to it or crosswalk ahead.
Yeah, they do have just some little arrow signs on showing crosswalk.
Yeah.
Even though if it's, I mean, you're on the crosswalk in an intersection, but there's a little arrow
Right.
going that way and
Goes that way.
which way the people walk, I
I
guess.
guess.
I
Okay.
suppose some people need that kind of,
Or maybe a
Direction.
light
Yeah,
around
yeah.
that.
yeah.
Yeah, but if you get too busy, people are just eventually gonna ignore them. There's too many signs because they don't know which sign to look at first.
You know, I see that too. I went through down on 50th and Gleason
Ah,
today, and what they've done on Division Street, Stark, and all those. There's so much stuff everywhere. And they're redoing Powell Boulevard. To me, it's just like when we saw the crosswalks that weren't lit. When I see those and they're so bright and flashy, like if I'm going westbound on the old highway, I'm kind of focusing more on what's on my side of the highway to an extent. I'm trying to use the Smith system of defensive driving and getting the big picture, but I see all of a sudden flash, 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 and there's nothing there. Holy cow, it's over here. I don't know what could be done about that, but it is just what's the rule about what people can get, how many things in their mind at once? It's like a
how much it distracts you.
mental health thing, yeah, without going, oh, wait a minute, what was that first thing? Breathing, but I don't know what you do about it because it's just more and more and people know how I feel on the street trees.
Yeah,
That, so,
any trees that are overgrown in this town.
but I don't know, I guess you just keep hammering at, but now, okay, this is what you need to do at this intersection or something, you kids and your parents, and I don't know, I guess, constant reminders maybe.
Excellent. All right. So does anyone else have anything about the schools?
Schools
ahead.
are stop sign, crosswalks.
Hmm?
The schools are the crosswalks. I put a thing on Facebook about crosswalk at the library and
Mhm.
the library, between the library and the park. I got 427 people that read that, and most of them agreed we need one there
Yeah, it's on the list.
Good.
See how big the list is?
Yeah, I know.
So,
School safety, kids' safety
Absolutely.
comes first.
yep. Absolutely. All right, just a couple more things here. I think at Second and Main, there was an accident involving a pedestrian recently. And I guess it was something to do with right by Clackamas River Elementary, just walking across the street. I mean, I'm not going to be pushing a button at that time. Right, but I mean, we're having the same issues with lighting. I mean, I don't know who else to ask, PG&E, are they putting out products that only come down, or they come down right at where you're crossing, but not here. Here's fine during the daytime because you have a road guard out there for the kids and whatnot. But if you're out exercising at say 6 o'clock at night and you're just walking in, I guess the person stopped and I mean, just didn't see the person walking. So they pulled over and, but I mean, that's, kind of a concern. We need to fix the lights in this town. I mean, double them up, like 2 on every pole. I mean, I don't know what else to do.
You have a meeting coming up for PGE on
Huh.
a lot of that very subject, so.
Awesome. Good to hear. Good to hear. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. And lastly, just wanted to mention this. I know the chief knows about it, but Cascadia Ridge, I reached out to the person, I guess their garage doors openers are being tampered and they were unscrewing their light bulbs so they could, hang out a little bit longer to do a little extra surveillance on the house. So they notified you guys and I'm still taking your advice and telling them to do a report and
Please report it.
no, there hasn't been a report yet. So, but I just letting you know. So,
Okay.
All right. So anyone else have anything for this evening?
Just one question.
Go ahead.
Jim.
Yeah.
What, was there a date set in stone for the self-defense?
Yes.
Didn't you
Hey,
say
counselor.
March?
It is, let me find it.
March 8th.
Thank you. At 2 p.m. Thank you, Karina.
Okay.
I do have one thing.
Yes, go ahead.
You wanted the committees to intertwine with other committees. Remember we were talking about maybe volunteering for different, going and helping. The garden club on, in March, I'm not for sure what time, is going to have the lakeshore cleanup.
Mhm.
We're gonna go down and clean that trail of all the bases and all that stuff. Then the Roger Wood Trail, Park and Rec will be doing that this fall probably, and they're gonna need help. We're gonna try to strip those trees of that ivy, but we can only do so many trees with 4 or 5 people.
Right.
So that would be maybe if I can get the dates, maybe we could get somebody to volunteer to come in and help do that on, it's always on a Saturday. So.
Okay. Can
The
you,
garden club, I'm not for sure yet. I'll figure.
I know I shared that on social media,
Did you?
but can you let the city know so they can put it out on
Yeah,
their
I'll let it know what
website and
dates it is. Yeah.
social media? Okay,
Stuff, so, yeah, just one more club to belong to.
right. Anyone else have anything? Mr. Mayor, you have anything, sir?
I do. I
All
would
right.
like to ask, as a citizen tonight and as the mayor, since you guys are focusing on these traffic issues more so than not, that you reconsider the Broadway mid-block crossing. We have 3 handicaps on the right-hand side, and there's a mid-block crossing that was put in originally when Broadway was built, but it was never enforced, so there's no way for anybody to get, I mean, if you're handicapped, you gotta go all the way around the block.
Oh,
To get
the
to the other
second
side.
block here on
Yeah.
Broadway?
So I would hope
Okay.
that your group would put an emphasis on that crossing, especially now, because we're going into summertime and there's gonna be a lot more kids in the downtown core, since we have karate, we have weightlifting, we have everything going on down there that I can think of. It seems that it's going to be a danger of the children as well. So it might be a focus coming up for you to concentrate on that might get some momentum,
All right.
but just a thought.
Can we focus on the Broadway, when you're coming up the top of Broadway, can we figure how to slow this traffic that's coming up that hill? And they just fly over the top of the hill coming from downtown. I don't know what we could do there, but, you know,
Got the stop sign at the top of the
But-
hill.
yeah, but not coming up, we don't. We have a,
Well, your
yeah.
stop sign works both ways, I mean.
yeah, but
they've got
the
stop.
people that are coming up there, then they don't stop, they just turn. And if there's somebody that was stopped and didn't realize they were coming and they pull
I
out.
mean, in front of the nursing home?
at the-
Funeral home, sorry.
Yeah, in front of the funeral home. yeah.
Left, okay.
Left, let us turn left without looking to see if there's anything there.
Mhm.
I know, you can't put a stop sign there, I realize, because it's a hill.
Right.
But maybe some kind of put a sign that says caution traffic crossing, or something like that. Because, but most people will stop. In fact, one time, a few years back, I was stopped, I went to turn. And Tom Arnold's niece came flying up the hill and turns in front of me. And she honked at me and flipped me off. you know, but, I told him and he kind of gave a bad time, but they do fly up, even Main Street, they fly up over the top of that hill. Main, you can see better. You can't see what's coming out of the side streets on Broadway. Oh,
Keep it slow.
well, I'm not worried about me. I stopped completely. I just paid my car off. I'm not gonna take any chances.
There
of
you go.
getting hit.
And Chief, do you have anything else or? Are you good?
No, no, sir.
Okay.
I'm good. Thank you.
All right. Anyone else? All right. If not, we'll close the meeting. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming.